What is up, YouTube? My name is Big Boy Snatch on TV, aka What Kind of Snatch One, because I got plenty going around. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail of the video, this is my WrestleMania 42 for Night 1 and Night 2 2026 preview and predictions. So if you got some news to the channel, make sure you guys pay attention and full watch the entire video from all the way from the beginning over towards the end. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button for more wrestling content that I do on the channel, because I'm on the road to 11K before the end of April. Follow all my social media down below in the description and do me a huge favor. Go check out my WWE SmackDown review and highlights. Go check out my AEW review and AEW Dynamite review and highlights. And also go check out my WWE NXT Stand and Deliver review and highlights as well. That are also there on the channel. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright. 2026 WrestleMania 42 matches, date, cards, rumors, and locations for epic two-night events. All eyes are on WrestleMania 42. WWE's tentpole events returns to Las Vegas for the second consecutive year. Roman Reigns, Rhea Ripley, CM Punk, and Brock Lesnar are among the top stars settled for this year's show, set for April 18th and April 19th. WrestleMania's world title matches are set at the Royal Rumble in the Elimination Chamber. CM Punk and Stephanie McMahon will defend Raw's top prize against Roman Reigns and Liv Morgan, respectively. SmackDown's world champions Cody Rhodes and Jade Cargill learn the identity of their title challengers at the Elimination Chamber. The card was quickly filled out in recent weeks. 13 matches have been announced so far, for non-title grudge matches to a multi-man ladder match. Alright, let's move on. Take a look below at the confirmed matches for WrestleMania 42 and take a glance at the crystal ball of what may come. The event streams live on ESPN Unlimited on April 18th and April 19th. Alright, so we get the WrestleMania 42 night. So we get the WWE WrestleMania 42 Night 1 matches. Alright, so we get LA Knight and the Usos versus IShowSpeed and the Vision, Logan Paul and Austin Theory. It is easy. So I got LA Knight and the Usos are going to beat IShowSpeed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. Popular streamer IShowSpeed has been hanging around WWE for as long as Logan Paul, and now he's finally set for a match. After being cursed by Danhausen, IShowSpeed has been pulled further and further to conflict, including costing the Usos the World Tag Team Champions against the Vision and causing LA Knight to lose a singles match with Austin Theory, leading to him being an unwilling participant in this 6-man tag team match. So that's one that's easy. So I got LA Knight and the Usos are going to go over IShowSpeed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. And that's all I gotta say. But anyway, let's move on. So we get Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in a sanctioned match. This match is going to be good, and I know some people are not going to care about it, but this is going to be a good match, and it's going to be a physical at the same time. Ever since Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre cut that highlight package promo, that was good on SmackDown. But in my honest opinion, Drew McIntyre has been screwed out of the title. But in my honest opinion, I got my dog, my boy, the werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Because Jacob Fatu knows how to cut a good promo in the WWE, and he can wrestle in that ring. Because Jacob Fatu has that dog in him. So in my honest opinion, I got my boy Jacob Fatu going over Drew McIntyre. And that's all I gotta say. A grudge match spanning several months is finally official. Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre have been feuding all year. The rivalry dates back to October when Jacob Fatu was written off TV with an injury. Now that Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton are locked in for WrestleMania 42, Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre have only each other to beef with. Their unsanctioned match will be anything goes. I like that. So I got my boy Jacob Fatu in. Because Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre has been brawling throughout the entire SmackDown show. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So let's move on. So we got the Women's World Champion, Stephanie McCure versus Liv Morgan. And that, in my opinion, this is going to be tough. I like Liv Morgan just like I love Stephanie McCure. But in my honest opinion, the feud they had on Monday Night Raw when Stephanie McCure attacked Liv Morgan, and first of all, yeah, Stephanie McCure attacked Liv Morgan and then hit Roxanne Perez, so that's why Liv Morgan got that knot on her forehead. But the feud is something else, man. But I seen something strange about this. Roxanne Perez is going to cost Liv Morgan at WrestleMania 42. So because you know why? Because Finn Balor was the only person that let Roxanne Perez in the Judgment Day. It was not Liv Morgan. So prime example, Liv Morgan is always getting everything handed to her, while Stephanie McCure has to crawl from the indies to get to the WWE. And that's facts. But some people don't want to hear that, but I'm just speaking the truth. But this is hard on me. But this is tough. But I gotta go with my gut. I gotta go with Stephanie McCure on retaining the Women's World Championship, even though I'm gonna be wrong. Because ever since Liv Morgan eliminated Raquel Rodriguez at the Royal Rumble, things have hit the fan. And ever since Roxanne Perez returned and attacked Stephanie McCure, did you see the look on Roxanne Perez's face when she looked at Liv Morgan? That let us know that Roxanne Perez is going to cost Liv Morgan at WrestleMania 42 for the Women's World Championship. And that's all I gotta say. I love Liv Morgan, don't get me wrong, but I gotta go with my gut, and I gotta go with Stephanie McCure on retaining the Women's World Championship. Like I said, you can't put every egg in both baskets because both of them is going to break. Both eggs are going to break, and that's all I gotta say. So I got Stephanie McCure retaining the Women's World Championship. Alright, let's move on. So we get the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. In my honest opinion, ever since AJ Lee came back and beat Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship in the Elimination Chamber, and yeah, it is what it is. And the referee was Jessica Carr. And Becky Lynch always trying to cheat. So I understand heels. I understand if you're a heel, you're going to cheat to win. So that's all I got to say. But in my honest opinion, I got AJ Lee retaining the Women's Intercontinental Championship. That's just my opinion. Alright, it says AJ Lee won the Women's Intercontinental Championship title 11 years after her first professional wrestling retirement. Becky Lynch couldn't let the loss go and attacked AJ Lee on Raw. The following Monday, AJ Lee responded by offering Becky Lynch a shot at the title at WrestleMania 42, which Becky Lynch claimed was AJ Lee's falling into my trap. So AJ Lee and Becky Lynch did a backstage. Well, it was AJ Lee and Michael Cole was trying to interview AJ Lee on Monday Night Raw until Becky Lynch came out of nowhere. That's where Becky Lynch and AJ Lee did a backstage interview on Monday Night Raw, and I'm glad that I mentioned that. But anyway, I got AJ Lee retaining the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Alright, enough of that. Let's move on. So we get the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. The Irresistible Force, Nia Jax and Last Action versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus the Bella Twins, Brie Bella and Nikki Bella versus Bayley and Lyra Kira. Now this one's gonna be tough. I don't see Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair winning, just like I don't see the Bella Twins winning, Brie Bella and Nikki Bella winning. But I really want to aim towards Bayley and Lyra Kira are going to win. But that's just not the point. So I got Nia Jax and Last Action are going to retain the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. And that's all I got to say. That's just my opinion. On SmackDown, the Bella Twins wrestled their first tag team match in 8 years. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair interfered in the match, forcing a no contest. Bayley and Lyra Kira saved the championship rivalries from a beatdown. The following week, it was only a matter of time before the match was made official. Alright, let's move on. So we get the archetype Seth Rollins versus the Ring General Gunther. This is the storyline between Gunther and Seth Rollins does not have a storyline. It does not make sense. Why did Gunther attack Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw? The build with the story between Gunther and Seth Rollins does not need it. It doesn't make sense at all. So, in my honest opinion, Seth Rollins, you better go get your get back on Gunther, and that's all I gotta say. Ever since Gunther retired Goldberg, John Cena, and AJ Styles, it has been a downfall, man. Especially when AJ Lee and John Cena, not AJ Lee, but AJ Styles got retired and John Cena got retired. They were both downfalls, man. I really miss AJ Styles and John Cena. But one thing I can say about the only positive thing I can say about this, that AJ Styles is inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I was so happy that AJ Styles got his first inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now I know there are some people who are going to be mad at this, but John Cena should have been inducted into the Hall of Fame too. But it is what it is. I just had to put that out there. But in my honest opinion, I got Seth Rollins going over Gunther because what was the reason of Gunther attacking Seth Rollins? A storyline that doesn't even make sense. But anyway, I got Seth Rollins going over Gunther, and that's all I gotta say. All right, injuries wreak havoc on Seth Rollins and Gunther's path to WrestleMania 42. They found confinement, rivals, and one another. On March 30th, Gunther attacked Seth Rollins and pointed to the WrestleMania 42 sign. Gunther motive is unclear. He revealed that he's not in business with Paul Heyman. But the funny thing is, Gunther shake Paul Heyman's hand. That was the funny part. Gunther shake Paul Heyman's hand when Paul Heyman and Gunther did a backstage segment. So I believe 1,000% from out of nowhere that Gunther is going to become a Paul Heyman guy. From out of nowhere. I don't know if this is going to be true or not, but you saw what Gunther shake Paul Heyman's hand on Monday Night Raw. So it's obviously that Gunther's going to become a Paul Heyman guy, just like Antonio Cesaro. I remember when Antonio Cesaro became a Paul Heyman guy. Curtis Axel became a Paul Heyman guy as well. And that's all I gotta say. I remember those days. So anyway, let me move on. So we get the undisputed WWE Championship match: Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. The feud between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton has been worse. And I know that Pat McAfee is going to be in Randy Orton's corner and Jelly Roll is going to be in Cody Rhodes' corner. But we already knew that Randy Orton was talking to Pat McAfee, and that's one of the worst segments of the night on SmackDown. So everybody got mad about that, and I got mad about it too. So why was Randy Orton talking to Pat McAfee? That don't make sense. But like I said, I love Cody Rhodes just like I love Randy Orton. But Randy Orton has to win 15 at WrestleMania 42. If Randy Orton does not win 15 at WrestleMania 42, then what was the point of Randy Orton to become the number one contender at the Elimination Chamber to begin with? Randy Orton beat Cody Rhodes at the Elimination Chamber to become the number one contender for the undisputed WWE Championship at the Elimination Chamber to go all the way to WrestleMania. So it doesn't make sense for Randy Orton to lose to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Because, let's forget, Randy Orton turned on Cody Rhodes on SmackDown when they had a contract signing. And this is that 2020 Randy Orton that I was looking for. And I know they're going to bring back the Punk Kit. Because everybody was talking about it on TikTok. So they're going to bring back the Punk Kick. So I got my boy Randy Orton going over Cody Rhodes to become your new undisputed WWE Championship. But like I said before, I'm going to say this again. If Randy Orton does not win at WrestleMania to get 15, everybody's going to be mad. Because if Randy Orton does not win, then what was the point about Randy Orton becoming the number one contender at the Elimination Chamber match to begin with? By beating Cody Rhodes at the Elimination Chamber. But I got to go with, like I said, I love Cody Rhodes just like I love Randy Orton. But I got to go with my gut. I got to choose Randy Orton to become your new undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 42 for night one. And that's all I got to say. It says, Randy Orton is WrestleMania bound. Drew McIntyre has gone to great lengths to ensure that Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu won't get a shot at his title. First, he prevented Jacob Fatu from winning 2 separate Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. Then, his interference in the Men's Chamber match gave Randy Orton a pivotal opening to pin Cody Rhodes. However, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis granted Cody Rhodes a title shot after Drew McIntyre repeated interference. Cody Rhodes, with help from Jacob Fatu, beat Drew McIntyre for the title and took his WrestleMania spot. Randy Orton then turned on Cody Rhodes on the next episode of SmackDown, busting him open and destroying him with a chair shot inside the steel steps, which has facts by itself. Alright, let's move on. So we get the WWE WrestleMania 42 Night 2 matches. And this one is my favorite right here. So we get Brock Lesnar versus the ruler, Oba Femi. And I got my boy Oba Femi. You know what I'm saying? I got my boy Oba Femi winning over Brock Lesnar because it's going to be the Oba Femi era. You know what I'm saying? And in my honest opinion, I got Oba Femi winning. So ever since Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar had that brawl, that brawl didn't even last long. So in my honest opinion, Oba Femi got Brock Lesnar twice on Monday Night Raw. So that's all I gotta say. But the way that Oba Femi came out to that ring and it was walking around ringside like a shark, bro, Oba Femi got that dog in him. So I got my boy Oba Femi going over Brock Lesnar. But anyway, Paul Heyman announces that Brock Lesnar will ensure an open challenge at WrestleMania 42. On March 16th, Oba Femi answered the challenge after hitting Brock Lesnar with an impressive delayed pop-up powerbomb. So I got my boy Oba Femi going over Brock Lesnar. And that's all I gotta say. Because why would you want Oba Femi to lose to Brock Lesnar? That don't make any sense. So the crowd is over Oba Femi. So I got my boy Oba Femi going over Brock Lesnar. So that's all I gotta say. But anyway, so we get the WWE Women's Championship match. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. In my honest opinion, I got Jade Cargill retaining the WWE Women's Championship match. You know what I'm saying? Because the feud between Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley doesn't even make sense, in my opinion. I'd rather have Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship match. But like I said, I do miss Bianca Belair, so I hope Bianca Belair will come back and face Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. And that's all I gotta say from here. But I do got Jade Cargill retaining the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania 42 on night 2. I love Rhea Ripley. Don't get me wrong. I do love Rhea Ripley, but I got Jade Cargill retaining the WWE Women's Championship. Because I believe that Io Sky might turn on Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 42. But it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see what happens at WrestleMania 42 night 2. Rhea Ripley might not be without a title for a long after losing the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Rhea Ripley emerged victorious in the Elimination Chamber match, securing a match with the WWE Women's Championship Jade Cargill at WrestleMania 42. Alright, let's move on. So we get the Intercontinental Championship match. Penta versus Giovanni Evans versus Dragon Lee versus JD Madonna versus Rusev versus Giovanni Evans versus Rey Mysterio. In my opinion, I got Penta. I got Penta retaining the Intercontinental Championship match. So that's all I gotta say. But I love watching Giovanni Evans going to work in that ring because Giovanni Evans got that dog in him. The way that Giovanni Evans wrestles in that ring, he bounces all over the place. So Giovanni is bouncy. So, but like I said, I love watching Giovanni Evans working it. I love watching Giovanni Evans wrestle in that ring. You know what I'm saying? But I know that Dominic Mysterio is going to get him. I know that Dominic Mysterio is going to stick his nose where it doesn't belong in Rey Mysterio's business. But in my honest opinion, I got Penta retaining the Intercontinental Championship. So that's all I gotta say. A modern WrestleMania 42 isn't complete without a multi-person ladder match. This year, the Intercontinental Championship will dangle from the Raptors. 5 High Flyers and 1 Powerhouse Brute race to retrieve the stored title. Rey Mysterio made a surprise return and added himself to the match to delight of Penta. Alright, let's move on. So we get the Demon, Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. Ever since Finn Balor has been kicked out of the Judgment Day, everything went left. But in my honest opinion, I got the Demon Finn Balor going over Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Now this match right here should have been for the AAA Mega Champion, but it's not. But it is what it is. This match should have been for the AAA Mega Champion. So we get the Demon Finn Balor, the Demon Finn Balor versus the greatest of all time, Dominic Mysterio. But in my honest opinion, I gotta go with the Demon Finn Balor beating Dirty Dominic Mysterio. So that's all I gotta say. But I was so happy that the Demon Finn Balor is back. So that's all I gotta say. I was happy about that. So Finn Balor is a babyface, and I'm glad that Finn Balor is free from the Judgment Day. And that's all I gotta say. The Demon Finn Balor is riding solo for the first time in a long time. Finn Balor's demands for Dominic Mysterio to win without the Judgment Day cost Dirty Dominic the Intercontinental title. The faction subsequently turned on Finn Balor, kicking him out of the Judgment Day. Tensions escalated from there, and they settled their matter at WrestleMania 42. So I got this match at SummerSlam. Do Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez versus Liv Morgan and JD Madonna at SummerSlam. Because you already know that Roxanne Perez is going to side with Finn Balor. And that's all I got to say. And that's nothing but facts. Alright. Let's move on. So we get the United States Championship match. Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. In my honest opinion, I got to have Trick Williams take the United States Championship off of Sami Zayn. Because if Sami Zayn lose to Trick Williams for the United States Championship, Sami Zayn is going to turn heel and he's going to attack the referee. So that's all I gotta say from here. But it sucks that Carmelo Hayes does not have a WrestleMania. That sucks, man. And WWE is doing Carmelo Hayes dirty. And that's all I gotta say from here. Carmelo Hayes does not have a WrestleMania. Io Sky does not have a WrestleMania. Julia does not have a WrestleMania at all either. So, and that's all I gotta say. And that's all I gotta say from here. So, Io Sky, Julia, Asuka, and Kairi Sane does not have a WrestleMania either. So that's all I gotta say from here. And LA Knight does not have a WrestleMania either. I just want to mention that. So I got my boy Trick Williams taking the title off, taking the United States Championship off of Sami Zayn. Alright, Sami Zayn is once again the U.S. champion. Sami Zayn reclaimed the title in the open challenge against Carmelo Hayes. Trick Williams and eventually helped Sami Zayn win the title, and now seeks to claim it for himself. So I got Trick Williams taking the title off, taking the United States Championship off of Sami Zayn. All right, let's move on. Okay, so we get the World Heavyweight Championship match: CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. In my opinion, when CM Punk did a pipe bomb promo on Monday Night Raw, that was fantastic. I love CM Punk just like I love Roman Reigns. But in my honest opinion, I got the OTC, Roman Reigns, beating CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Because Roman Reigns is a part-time jobber. And that's all I gotta say. Same thing with Brock Lesnar. He's a part-time jobber as well. But in my honest opinion, I got Roman Reigns to become your new World Heavyweight Championship. And I gotta put up the ones, man. I acknowledge my OTC Roman Reigns. So that's all I gotta see. That's all I gotta say. I'm sorry. CM Punk and Roman Reigns will run back their WrestleMania 41 main event this time without Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns won the Men's Royal Rumble match, earning him a world title match. He chose CM Punk on the following Raw as both men ran each other down. The build to the match has leaned heavily with trash talk. CM Punk said that he would bury Roman Reigns next to his deceased father. Now that was very disrespectful when CM Punk said that, because CM Punk has crossed the line on that one, and that's where Roman Reigns acted the way he acted, is by crashing out on CM Punk. Roman Reigns then called CM Punk an old man, which drew a punch out of CM Punk. The following week saw a beatdown from Roman Reigns on CM Punk after more trash talk about their family. Alright, so it says from here. So I got Roman Reigns becoming the new World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 42 Night 2. So we get the WWE WrestleMania 42 predictions. Women's United States Champion Julia versus Io Sky. In my honest opinion, I love Julia just like I love Io Sky, but I got this funny feeling that Julia's gonna retain the women's United States Championship over Io Sky. But I do love Io Sky because Io Sky got one of the best moonsaults in WWE, and that's all I gotta say from here. But in my opinion, they cannot take the title off of Julia. So that's all I gotta say. I gotta go with Julia retaining the Women's United States Championship. It might be for the best that Rhea Ripley and Io Sky lost the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Rhea Ripley now has a WWE Women's title match to look forward to, and the horizontal is bright for her tag team partner. Julia and Io Sky are two of the top names emerging from Japan before Stardom promotion. A singles match between them has high potential to be the match of the weekend. And like I said this, I'm just gonna say this: Julia and Io Sky have chemistry, and so Julia and Io Sky have great chemistry, and that's all I gotta say from there. That's just my opinion, but I got Julia retaining the Women's United States Championship, even though I'm gonna be wrong on this one. What if Io Sky was to beat Julia for the Women's United States Championship? How would y'all feel down below in the comment section if Io Sky was to beat Julia for the Women's United States Championship? Let me know down below in the comment section. Alright, let's move on. And that's it. So anyways, if you guys enjoy my WrestleMania 42 for night 1 and night 2 2026 preview predictions, make sure you guys please watch the entire video from all the way from the beginning or towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new for more wrestling content, because I'm on the road to 11K before the end of April. I had 10K subscribers on my YouTube channel, but I ended up back to 9K, 9,992 subscribers on YouTube. But anyway, help me get my 10K subscribers back. I'm counting on you guys. All I do, I put enough time and effort on my YouTube channel, man, and I've been grinding and non-stop. But anyway, let me know down below in the comment section, what are your preview predictions for this year's WrestleMania 42 for night 1 and night 2 for 2026 WrestleMania 42 for night 1 and night 2. Let me know down below in the comment section, what are your preview predictions. Sign off down below in the comment section. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will have an upcoming world premiere for my WrestleMania 42 for night 1 and night 2 2026 preview predictions at around 5 o'clock a.m. on YouTube. So have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I forgot to mention, I miss Bianca Belair so much, man. I miss Bianca Belair so much. So if Bianca Belair comes back, she's going to face Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. Now, if Naomi, I miss Naomi too. So So if Naomi comes back, she's going to face Liv Morgan. So for the Women's World Champion, because ever since Naomi has never lost her Women's World Champion due to pregnancy. So Naomi did that one promo on Monday Night Raw, and Naomi says, and I quote, "Whoever has the Women's World Champion when she comes back, proceed with caution. It's gonna be over for Stephanie McCure or Liv Morgan. It is what it is." But anyway, enough of me yapping. I'm about to go edit this video, and I'm going to set it as my world premiere at around 5 o'clock a.m. on YouTube for my WrestleMania 42 for night 1 and night 2 2026 preview predictions. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.